Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you're listening to the podcast Capturing Magic. I'm Bill Rogers, the voice of Disney. Thanks very much for listening.
Hey everyone, welcome to Capturing Magic. I'm Steph, and I am here with Heather Winfield from heatherw.com/character. Hi, Heather.
Hi.
And Tanya Hickman from everymagicmoment.com. Hi, Tanya.
Hello.
And thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. Are you ready to dig into our topic today?
Let's do it.
All right. We are talking about places we wish PhotoPass photographers could be found.
Besides everywhere. like everywhere. Just put them everywhere.
Yeah, exactly. Besides having our own personal PhotoPass photographer to walk the parks. Yes.
Follow me around and take pictures of everything.
Yes.
Yes. Alrighty. So we're going to do, did we decide to do Disneyland first? Is that, or
sure.
were we doing Disney World?
I'll go first.
Okay. Disneyland. All right. Tanya.
Okay. First is in front of and or around actual rides. I understand, like, some of these, they actually have had PhotoPass in front of or around before. And I understand it's like a congestion problem is why they don't really do it. But I don't care.
I agree.
So, like, I like when they had the PhotoPass by Haunted Mansion. You can get Haunted Mansion in the background. Or every once in a while, I'll see a PhotoPass photographer by the side of, like, Big Thunder Mountain when the train comes around.
Yes.
That's a good spot.
And
I would love
that place. I wouldn't think would have a ton of congestion.
It's a bigger area. They need to have one there more.
I totally agree with that.
Even though it's pretty much stroller parking now, I think to the side of Small World would be an awesome place. So you can get Small World in the back. There's never any PhotoPass photographers really back there.
I agree.
Back by Small World. And this one I know they wouldn't do because it's way too congested. But the car out front of Mr. Toad, I think would be awesome.
Yes.
Awesome place for photos. I mean, it is a photo op, obviously, and that can get kind of congested. But I had, like, around ride photos in general. I think there'd be some cool areas.
Okay, I totally agree, and I would love to see Haunted Mansion, but I also think Splash would be a good one. Thunder Mountain.
Yeah. I would wish they would use, like, that big open area on top of, like, Space Mountain. That would be kind of neat to have a Space Mountain photo. But, I mean, I understand the reasons why they don't do those sort of photos, but this is my dream. I can pick what I want.
Exactly. I have a couple. The Halloween tree during Halloween time at Disneyland, I wish that you could get a photo with that in the background.
That is so hard to take photos.
I know, right?
Yeah.
That's why I want a PhotoPass photographer there.
Like,
I know.
Like, I wonder if they can even take a photo of it. You can't capture its essence, that stinking tree.
I know.
It's so hard.
I know. It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful, but it is really hard to photograph because of that.
Yes.
Another one is, and they've been doing this, or they did it a couple years ago. Last year when I was there, I didn't see it, but Small World at Christmas time. So last year I did not see PhotoPass photographers there at all. But the year before I did, or 2 years
when I
before
went,
that.
they didn't have it, but I'm hoping they have it this year.
Yeah, it's another one of those random ones where you just kind of get lucky.
Yeah, and it's hard. It's hard
Mm-hmm.
too because they usually put you where you're dark, and then Small World's all lit up. But I think that they need to add that back into the mix.
It's so pretty.
I agree.
It's so.
That's probably my favorite thing to see because I'm going back, and it's the first time I'm going for the holidays in years. So that's the thing I think I'm most excited to see again.
Oh, that makes me so happy. Yeah, I just love Disney at Christmas time.
I love Disneyland at Christmas time.
Yes.
I always remember the first time, like I said, that was my first Disneyland trip ever. But like when I rounded the corner, and so I saw that the first time, and it was just like, you know, one of those moments where like the heaven opens up, and it's like,
yes, the angels are singing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. For sure. Yeah, so I'd like to see that. Another one that I've seen PhotoPass photographers in the past, and this is more for people with little kids because my kids are not thinking that this is so cool anymore, but Sword in the Stone.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
they need to have photographers there.
That's another congestion issue one, I think.
I know.
Like on slow days, I feel like there could be one there.
Yes. You know? Yes. I totally agree. And also, I never see PhotoPass photographers in Toontown anymore.
Yeah.
Except for in Mickey and Minnie's, the meet and greets there.
One roving photographer would be amazing.
It would be. I agree.
Yeah.
Because
there's so many photo ops there.
Yes. So many super fun photo ops there. And yeah, I think they could stick even 2 roving photographers in there. And I would love to be able to do a photo shoot with my kids in there, with the inspired photographers in Toontown.
Yeah. Well, you could pay $1,700.
Yeah, I'd say that's probably right.
Or bump into an inspired photographer. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
They need to stick
Drag one down there.
Yes. Maybe that's what I need to do next time. Yeah. Did you have other places on your list?
Yeah, I do. And none of those are the same. So that's amazing.
Oh, good. Yeah.
On the rivers of America.
Yes.
Around the rivers of America. And on the same note, around Paradise Pier.
Yes.
Just ones that there's so many good photo ops on around either of those lakes or lagoons or whatever you want to call them, like to get awesome shots in the background. And totally I've never seen a PhotoPass photographer like Paradise Pier on like the game side, the Toy Story Mania.
Oh, yeah.
No,
never see them out there. I mean, you can get pictures of kids playing games and like, there's lots of stuff to do over there. So I'm actually really surprised. I mean, you don't get the fun wheel in the background, but that Little Mermaid building is gorgeous. You can get all kinds of stuff in the background coming from the other way. At the hotels.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you can do, I know it's maybe a water issue, but like the water slides and the pool and the lobbies at those hotels are really nice.
I agree.
And then my last one is the Grizzly River area in DCA.
Okay, that was on my list. I think if it's the same spot, let's hear it.
Well, anywhere, actually.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say, actually, the whole thing.
Really. But, like, I'm trying to think of where, like, you wouldn't get hit with. I mean, the waterfall would be nice, but, like, where the actual ride is.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I understand the water issue there. But if you come around a little bit and, like, don't go all the way down the trail to get wet, then there's some really nice woodsy spots.
Yes, I totally agree. And then the water wheel, too. I don't remember the name of that.
Yes, I love that spot.
Yeah. Yeah. Also in the now I'm drawing a blank. Across from the river ride, there's the outdoor adventure place where you do all the climbing.
Yeah, the Wilderness Trail.
Yes, the Wilderness Trail. Thank you. I would love to see PhotoPass photographers in there. I went and did that with my daughter our last trip because she was dying to do it again.
I feel like I just read something about that area that they're doing, and I'll have to look it up because I don't remember.
The Christmas thing.
Oh, okay, yes. Okay. I know there was something.
Santa.
What are they doing?
Santa's going to be there now.
Oh, really? Instead of in Elias and Company?
Yeah.
Cool.
And they showed a picture. I don't know if that's going to be his actual setup or if that's just kind of a mock setup on what they're. I don't know, but it looks kind of cute.
So it'll be, I'm imagining more like outdoorsy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like outdoorsy Santa. I like woodsy Santa.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, woodsy Santa.
Yeah.
That's good. That's really good. There's also, there's always tons of places in Carsland too, but they do a pretty good job, a really good job actually. I shouldn't say pretty good, a really good job of staffing it. But Tower of Terror would be a fun one too. You did say that there was that a limited edition like photo op there?
Don't even get me started on that photo op. I'm so upset.
You stepped into this.
Oh no!
I'm so upset. I went the first day to get that photo op is supposed to, if it still is, it's supposed to stay for the whole run until the ride shuts down. It's supposed to be there until January 2nd.
Okay.
So I went the first day and I was like, I want to get this photo op. My whole family was there. I didn't bring my camera with me. I only had my phone. I was like, I can get my PhotoPass photos. And so I went and got the PhotoPass photos and they lost the photos. I've already talked to them.
Oh.
They do not have my photos. And to make matters even worse, they took down the sign over the weekend or this week. The Hollywood Tower Hotel letters are gone.
Yeah.
So even now when I go back to retake those photos, that sign's not going to be there.
You can never again get pictures with that sign.
Yeah.
See, I was talking to somebody about that just a couple of weeks ago about how sometimes people complain that we take too many photos, but you just never know when things are going to change.
And I'm so mad at myself. Yeah. And now it's completely changed. I'm so mad at myself because I watched for those photos to pop up all day. Like, no joke, all day. I was like, they're still not here. They're still not here. Maybe it's my internet. I'll go home and they'll be there. And I could have easily retaken them at any time.
Right.
And I just didn't because, yeah.
Okay. Well, then they should put that photo up back.
The photo up is there, but the tower sign, like, that can't come back.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it sucks.
Okay.
Also,
do they have a PhotoPass photographer there at that photo op? Because I've never seen a PhotoPass photographer there.
Oh yeah, no, they do. It's a whole new like the final ride or whatever they're calling it, final checkout. It's a whole thing.
Okay.
So it's supposed to be there, and it will hopefully be there with a PhotoPass photographer the entire time.
Okay, it probably started after my last trip towards.
It started on the
beginning of August. Yeah.
Yeah, it started on the 9th because I left on the 8th.
Okay. Yeah. So in August it wasn't there.
Yeah, no. It just started.
Of course it started on the 9th, Heather.
Yeah. It started with the start of Halloween.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Or do you have other spots?
No, I'm just angry.
Yeah, I can tell.
I'll do a Disneyland spot.
Let's hear it.
We'll raise the mood up to be happy again. I was thinking, since you mentioned it's okay if it's congested, the area around Alice, like that little door or the teacup. I think those would be really cute places.
I meant to add the teacups to my list. We got some really cute ones there.
Yeah, on the teacup ride. Yeah, there was.
Yeah, that one's really cute.
About a year ago or something, and those were cute. And I was thinking too, like you said, like the little photo teacup thingy.
Yeah,
right there.
And that thing comes and goes because it's been there and then it wasn't.
It out and before and they
back. Yeah, they do need to have a PhotoPass photographer there, though. Go ahead, Heather.
I forgot around the side of the teacups that like faces the Matterhorn right there. We got some really cute photos there one time because we found a PhotoPass photographer, but they're not always there.
And in front of the Matterhorn too, for that matter.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes, with the Matterhorn in the background. Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Heather.
Oh well. Okay, I'll have something else. I like I love the Jolly Holiday Bakery, so I think somewhere around there could be cute. I'm sure it's impossible to take things like inside, but even just outside, that'd be a fun one.
In front of it with the sign in the background because it's such a cute sign. So it's so cute. The whole thing. I agree with that. Good call.
I haven't downloaded these photos yet because they were another one I had to talk to PhotoPass about, but they actually showed up. Heather and I took some really funny photos in Adventureland.
Oh yeah.
With our favorite crazy PhotoPass photographer. He brought out like rubber snakes and had us holding rubber snakes in Adventureland and stuff.
That's awesome.
They are the funniest photos. She hasn't even seen them yet. They're so funny. I'm holding on to those ones.
Yeah. If you see Eric, stop Eric.
Eric from Napa, and he's crazy, but he's really good.
Fun. Part of my problem is the last time when my last trip that I was on, I started to feel a little bit bad for making people stop and get photos all the time. But I did see a PhotoPass photographer with snakes and stuff in Adventureland. I was thinking, oh my goodness, that would be so fun. I want to stop. But we were on a mission and I restrained myself.
I can't do it as much when I'm with my family. With Heather, it's really easy. She's always willing to stop. But my family, after like the 10th stop, they're like, can we go on a ride now?
I know. My daughter did that when I was trying to get the Newsies shot. After 2 hours of trying to get the animated Newsies shot, please, Mom, enough. I don't care if we get the Newsies. I'm like, but I do. Can we please go ride a ride? Okay, we'll go ride a ride.
Do you want to update Steph on the Newsies situation?
What?
Yeah. So I've talked to PhotoPass about the Newsies situation as well. They didn't add the animated Newsies shot to either of our photos. Then I contacted them about it and they added it to mine. They didn't add it to Heather's. They only added the still photo to Heather's. And now the
obsessed fan.
Yeah. They can't add it because her picture was taken in portrait mode.
See, I told you they had to do something. The photographer had to do something.
Yeah, mine was taken landscape, so they were able to add it to mine.
You're kidding me, Heather.
I know. And you know, this whole thing I went through to try to get it, and I was like, wow, she was great. And now I'm thinking, yeah, she's not great. No.
It's probably the same photographer that told me twice that she took it and it was going to be in there and it wasn't, and I had to go get
They did add the Newsies, like, still, just it's not animated.
So basically, next time, what I need to do is say, "Did you take this landscape?"
Yeah, it needs to be taken
You
landscape.
will.
It needs to have the Newsies. Just let me take the photo. Just let me take it.
Yes,
Like,
yes.
Like, have Tanya take the picture.
Yeah.
I'll pose. We're good.
Yes, you have to have that shot. You have to. And now watch, they won't be doing it because it'll be Christmas time.
Oh yeah, that'll be my luck. I can start crying. I came from New Jersey. Give me the shot.
That is crazy. Yeah, so you'll have to do it first thing in the morning and then keep checking to make sure that they added it and then go get it taken again if they don't.
Yeah, and they didn't. Oh my gosh, I've talked to them. I've emailed them so many times.
I'm so sorry.
They lost my Daisy pictures too.
But we do need to point out how many pictures we did get successfully.
Yeah, no. We have a ton of photos. Don't get me wrong.
Yes. How many did you get? Did you count them up to see? Because I know it's hard with the annual passes.
500-ish.
Yeah. I had 450 for my last trip, and that was just 3 days.
Jeez.
Yeah.
I mean, we had 3 days.
My family gets mad at me.
Yeah. Yeah. We had 3 days of not even really being in the parks with her doing the races and stuff. So, I mean, really, we got most of those photos over 4 days, I guess.
Yeah.
Most of it, the majority of them.
Yeah, and there were times, I'm trying to remember now, I remember the one time we were with other friends, and I remember seeing a PhotoPass in a spot I hadn't seen before, but we were with other people, so that's when I try not, I don't really stop a lot. And of course, it's always when I see PhotoPass in cool places,
It's the truth.
Yeah.
It's the truth.
And so I just don't want to be that, because I know it seems like the people I'm with, they're just like, I don't want,
I don't care about PhotoPass.
Yeah, so I'm trying to remember where it was, and I remember thinking oh, that would have been cool. Wow.
It would have been.
Did you have other Disneyland places, Heather?
I think the only other one is in the Fantasy Fair area, like the Rapunzel's Tower, especially the tower at night when it glows.
I totally agree, and that was on my list, but I forgot to write it down. I was driving when I thought of that one. Yeah.
That is a super cute area.
Yes, totally agree. And they don't ever put PhotoPass photographers there because of the congestion, like we pointed out. But at night, it's a lot less crowded there.
Yeah, and I mean when there's no show going on, there's not a lot of people around there either.
When the princesses stop meeting, there's nobody back there once those two things are closed. So
it's actually one of my favorite quiet places in the park to go after sunset because it is really quiet and peaceful, and you can hear the animated birds chirping and all that good stuff. So
yeah. You kind of have to be. They close it down during the fireworks, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So kind of have to get there.
It's
late.
a small window.
Yeah.
You can get in there and enjoy it when it's quiet.
I'm adding that to our list now of what we do next trip. Because now I have to start making lists because otherwise we forget things.
Yes.
So I kept checking it during this trip. Did we do everything we want? Yes. Okay.
I need you to update to iOS 10 so we could share notes.
Yes.
Oh, I know.
Go to Fantasy Fair after sunset.
No, you don't even understand the stuff that's on this list. The last, I'll text her. I'll be like, you need to add this, and you need to add this, and she'll be like, did you get your Tower of Terror merchandise? I'll be like, yes, I got my shirt, and so mark it off.
That's so funny.
Did you check for this one pin or button? Yes, I did.
That's cute. Very cute. Okay, then we'll move on into Disney World. Heather, what have you got on your? I only have a handful, but so go ahead and go into yours. Let's hear it.
Okay, well the first one was kind of stolen by Tanya, but it's okay.
She'll forgive you.
Yeah. I'd love to see ones at all the resorts, even if there's just one PhotoPass at a resort. There's always so many things. There's Disney statues and topiaries, and
Disney World hotels have way more to photograph.
Yeah,
hotels have way more to photograph.
And I mean, even say like the French Quarter, like around the river. I mean, there's just so many places, and I think it would be fun for having them roaming around. If you're walking around the resort even by yourself, and you can get pictures with different things. Your whole family, because they have them. They have those portrait sessions, which you have to pay extra, and that's only at the deluxe. And then they sometimes have ones out by the Christmas tree, especially like the deluxe ones. But even that, I think I've only seen them like twice or so of all the times I've been there. So I just really think they should have somebody always at a resort.
I agree. One photographer at each resort, because there are some really, especially maybe just moderate and above. Maybe.
Even if you say, okay, I stay at Pop a lot.
Can you imagine the cute photos you could get at Pop?
Yes, there are tons of...
And art of animation.
Yes.
I mean, I think it would be a lot of fun to have.
Tons of amazing and fun photo spots at all of the resorts. It doesn't matter what level you're staying at. I totally agree.
Yeah.
But looking from Disney's perspective, if they're looking at expense, but I guess this is our dream list, so it doesn't matter. We don't need to look at Disney's expense.
We don't need to look at it.
Yeah. I don't care. I actually think more people would be getting it, with those things, like all those statues and everything at those kinds of resorts. I mean, everybody, when you stay there, takes pictures with those.
Yeah.
I agree. And I also think that they would probably end up selling more Memory Maker because of it. Because if they have some family shots, say, I'm thinking Port Orleans it's so scenic there with the big water wheel in the background and stuff like that. And they have a great family shot that they could use on a Christmas card. And then they have the in-park shots as well. I think that they're going to be more likely to buy a Memory Maker.
Yeah. And I mean, say you check in and then you say, oh, now why don't you go over, here and you could take a picture before you go to the park or some kind of thing like that. I mean, you could really sell it that way.
They totally could. I agree. And they could sell a lot that way. I think so too. Because not everybody knows about Memory Maker. Even as much as they promote it and advertise it, I'm always surprised to have people say they're going to Disney World and what tips do I have? And they have never heard of Memory Maker.
I mean, even when I'm in a line for a PhotoPass photographer, I can't tell you how many times the people, then they say, I don't understand, like, what is this? And they're like, do you have the card? Do you have this? And they have to stand there and explain because they don't know. And it's not necessarily it's their first day either. I mean, I've seen people and I could tell it's not their first day at the park with, the stuff they have.
Right.
And it's, I guess sometimes it's really hard. Like you said, when someone says, well, what are your tips for a park? And like, I don't think of a lot of things because it's just so second nature to me now, and you have to remember that not everyone is like us.
Right.
They're there more than we're at home practically, so.
There's some things sometimes that I'm just like, that's like a basic knowledge. Like, I think everybody would know that. And then like, people are like, oh, I've never heard of that. And I'm just like, what? Like,
yes. Like even fast passes. I mean, I had a friend that went about 1.5 years ago for her very first time. And she's an adult, has 3 little kids. And she and her husband were taking them to Disneyland. They didn't know fast pass. I mean, we were talking, I had to go really basic with my advice and information and everything that I gave her because they just didn't know anything.
I mean, how many times are you going in the fast pass line and people on the standby line are like, what are they doing?
Yeah.
I mean, almost every single time.
Yes. Yes. Agreed. What other locations do you have for us, Heather? What else is on your list?
Let's see. Okay, should I do an out of the box one now or should I save that one?
Let's hear
it.
Whatever you want to do. Whatever you want to do.
Okay, so I was thinking because at Disney World, pretty soon they're pretty much only going to have one daily parade, the Festival of Fantasy, because they're not going to have the Main Street Electrical Parade. And I don't count that street parade as
a parade. It's not a parade.
So
sorry, they might think it's a parade. But
yeah,
it's not, guys. Surprise.
I hate to be the one to break it to you.
So I was thinking, Festival Fantasy is an amazing parade. If you're one of the people that don't know what PhotoPass or FastPass is, that's my suggestion to go see Festival Fantasy. And at the end of the parade, they have, the cha-cha dancers have the sign, and it says, Festival Fantasy, and on the back of it, it says, see you real soon. And if they end it in Town Square when they're leaving, and when they're done, they stop and they turn around and they bow, and it's a really cute thing right at the end of the parade. And you can see the last floats, a balloon with Mickey and Minnie on it, and they're waving and stuff until they close the doors. Mm-hmm. So I was thinking that they could have a set, like 15, 20 minutes. It doesn't have to be, a long thing, but where you just could have pictures like, standing in front of that. I think that'd be a really cute.
That would be a cute photo op. One of my favorite photo ops that I got was when they were reconstructing the main entrance of DCA, and they had that big wall that said, "See you real soon." Mm-hmm. And so we took a photo there, and that's the end of our photo book for that trip.
Oh, fun.
Yeah. It would be really fun if there was something like that somewhere.
Just that sign in general, like it can go anywhere.
Yeah, exactly.
Actual, I like the any of the signs like in Cars Land, they had the big billboards and stuff like that, but like have one somewhere in the park that has a ending, sort of thing that people can use for their trips.
Or even they could do that at the TTC in Disney World, the Ticket and Transportation Center. They could put a big sign like that, and that would be a perfect location for it.
Yeah, the only time I know they have that is at the end of like the Halloween party. And usually, like, the cast members hold up signs that say that, "See you real soon." That's if you leave before it ends, which I never do.
I'm like, what? I've never seen that before, but that's because they're usually kicking me out.
Yeah, when you're like, you've been here already like an hour,
Yeah, security's walking right behind me.
And they also have the pumpkins over the when you're leaving the walkway, they "See you real soon."
Yeah.
But that's it. You can't, I've tried
it's too hard to get a good photo
in front of hard. So hard. I agree.
So we should put PhotoPass there.
Yeah, I agree. That's cute because that would be, especially the different holidays and stuff. But okay, so in Disneyland, they could put the "See you real soon" out on the Esplanade. So I'm just trying to think areas where it doesn't make things congested or but somewhere it would be really fun. Even if it was something that they rolled in and out, roll it in at the end of the day and then roll it back out, Yeah, it would be fun.
Bring your own.
Bring your own "See you real soon."
I'm making my own PhotoPass spot.
Yeah.
Okay, Heather, what else is on your list?
Okay, I actually have more than I thought, so I'm trying to pare it down. But in the Epcot, around the Imagination Building, where they have like the fountains, the jumping fountains, I don't think I've ever seen a PhotoPass person there. So I think that would be really fun.
I totally agree. And since we're over in that kind of area, I would really like to see a PhotoPass photographer in the gardens at Canada.
Oh, yeah.
I was thinking...
And the waterfall in Canada.
Yeah, I one of my things was to have a permanent PhotoPass in every country.
Yes, me too.
It's so, like you said, that spot. And like you can just keep coming up with different places in the World Showcase. And there's like a couple places, the bridge going to France and like the France fountain that you pretty much are always going to see them there. But anywhere else, it's just kind of the luck of the draw.
And it's rare.
And so you can't always say, well, on this day, I definitely want to take a picture, in front of Italy. And, you have no idea if someone is going to be there or not.
I totally agree, because that's always one of the things that I tell people as a photo tip when they're going to Disney World is to make sure you get a photo of your family, your group, yourself, whatever, and I do all of the above in every single country, so that you can have your tour of the world and but rarely are there PhotoPass photographers in the country. So I totally agree. That was on my list too, is one.
That's just silly that they don't have one in every country.
I agree.
I mean, it feels to me like in this past year, I've seen more, but again, it's not, I'll see it in Mexico, but then I won't see it, in like the 5 next countries.
Exactly. Exactly. It feels like to me, they've got maybe 2 World Showcase photographers at any given time.
Yeah. And I know right now they have one of the places they always have it is Norway because of, all the new Frozen stuff. So I'm sure that's one of the, we're always here.
Right.
That's probably taken it from, I mentioned that on another podcast that they're kind
I
of
want an inspired photographer in Morocco.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I love the Morocco pavilion.
Yes, and I think they could put inspired photographers in all of the pavilions, but I don't think they have inspired photographers at all at Disney World yet. I
mean, I haven't seen any.
I don't think it's.
I'll be on the lookout in October.
You do that, but I don't think it's a thing there.
No, if like I say to a PhotoPass guy, follow me around, they'll just be like, okay.
No, sorry, I have to stay here. They're all on tripods for the most part. Once in a while, in World Showcase, there's someone that's walking around, but not very often. And like I said, there's usually one on a tripod and then one walking around, but it feels like there's only ever two in the whole World Showcase.
Well, like I said, I feel like there's been more lately.
Good.
I know I've been, like I said, that this trip, I think it was this trip, but I had someone in Mexico and she was taking pictures and she wasn't on a tripod. She was walking around and I have a picture in front of Mexico where it kind of looks like there's nobody there. It's really
rare. That's cool.
Yeah. And, and I had another one that was around the Canada. It's kind of like, by the lagoon area, but he took towards the lagoon and he took it like kind of towards Canada sort of thing. So they're kind of around, but again, not that I would know the next day, like, oh, I can find that guy in, Canada. I'm not going to. He would be there again.
Right, yeah. Exactly.
And the only time I would kind of say, okay, I understand not having them is during like Food and Wine or like during the weekend on Food and Wine because it's really crowded, Mm-hmm. So I'll give them a pass then. But otherwise, I think they should be around.
I agree. Let our listeners know when your last trip was and when your next one is, because you say this trip and last trip.
Oh, yeah,
Tell
sorry.
Us when it is. When it is and when it was.
Just assume they're every couple months, guys.
Yeah, it's the truth. It's the truth.
Yeah, my last trip, I was there for July 4th.
Okay.
So that was my last trip. And
to
then
Disney World. To Disney World. Yes.
Yeah, that was kind of a last minute thing because I didn't. I was just like, let's go for July 4th, and it actually was not. And this is my second time in July 4th, and I felt the same thing last time. It did not feel as crowded as I expected.
Really?
Yeah, and I mean, it's crowded, but it really was. It was less crowded even than I went 3 years ago, and I was in Epcot, and like you could stand in Epcot and just completely see like nobody. I mean, it was really hot. I'll say that it was probably the hottest I've ever been at Disney, and I've gone a ton in September, and everything. It's Tanya's been there, so she knows what it's like. But that was definitely the hottest. So it could have contributed a little bit, but it just didn't feel. And from what I understand, the attendance has been down this year, so maybe it's just like in general thing. But it really did not feel that crowded.
That's good.
Yeah. So, but yeah, that was my last time there, and I'm going again. We're going on our first ever Disney cruise in 3 weeks.
That's
in
exciting.
October. So I'm really excited about that. So I'm sure we'll have lots of podcasts about cruises.
Yes, we need to, because I get lots of questions about them, and I haven't been on a cruise yet, and so it's hard for me to know. So we do need to when you get back, and maybe
you should send me
the
questions, and then I could see if I can try to figure them out when I'm there.
I will.
So I'm really cool. So after that, I'm going to go to Disney World for like a couple of days.
Perfect. All right. So do you have other places?
Well, I have other places, but you do another one.
Okay. I have another one. In Animal Kingdom in general, any of the bridges, and sometimes you can find PhotoPass photographers on some of the bridges and sometimes not. But there's one place that I would love to see a PhotoPass photographer, and I haven't ever seen one, and it's on the bridge with the Festival of the Lion King area in the background. That's a beautiful shot, and I would love to see a PhotoPass photographer there. I
was almost going to say, like, I want a PhotoPass photographer in every inch of Animal Kingdom.
Yes.
I love that park. Like, I love Animal Kingdom, and I want pictures of, like, all of it.
I totally agree. I love the park, too. I agree.
Yeah, I'm thinking, I've never seen a PhotoPass there. I've seen one right in front of the Festival of the Lion King, and I've gotten a couple there, and the one guy was pretty good. But, yeah, I've never seen him, like on the bridge.
Yeah. It's a beautiful shot right there. It's breathtaking. I mean, literally, when we were there shortly after they took the walls down, after they, just finished moving the show to the new location. And when I rounded the corner and got onto the bridge and looked back over, it literally took my breath away. I gasped. It was so beautiful. And I had to stop and take a picture, of course, and just breathtaking. There's so many amazing, beautiful areas in Animal Kingdom that there should be photographers everywhere. I agree. Okay, Heather, your list. Back to you now.
I was thinking let's me stay in Epcot now. We said about I said about the Imagination Building, but like another spot is when you have the monorail going over and then you have the water there.
Yes.
So I think I found PhotoPass like around that area once, and I just really think that it probably would be difficult because again it's like a congestion thing, but especially during Flower and Garden where that is just one of the most beautiful shots that you can get.
Yes.
I think that would be a really fun area.
That's a great idea.
Should I do more?
Yeah, let's hear it.
Well, I said about Rapunzel area at Disneyland, so I'll just do the same thing over here. I think by the Tangled bathroom area.
Yeah.
I found a little after it opened, there was a PhotoPass, but she wasn't supposed to be there. And I had someone else when I was trying to find the Pascal magic shot for the first time, and she said, if there's somebody by the Tangled area, then you can get it, but I've never seen it there. So I definitely think they should have, I know they're bathrooms, but nobody cares that that's what they are. It's just so beautiful. So they definitely should have somebody there.
I agree with that one. And when it first opened, I was doing the same thing, chasing a PhotoPass photographer over there that didn't exist. It was slightly frustrating.
I can't remember if the person was just walking, and I said, "Oh, can you take this picture?" And she's like, okay.
In front of the bathrooms? Okay. They are beautiful bathrooms, though, restrooms, I have to say.
Yeah.
Haunted Mansion at Disney World, too, is another one. I love the Haunted Mansion there, and you could easily put a PhotoPass photographer out in front of it without it causing congestion or clogging or anything.
It's better to get a photo of it from kind of further away, right? On that one.
Yeah, because they've had PhotoPass a lot, especially this past year, it seemed like. Because when we were talking about the magic shots, they have someone, it's like when you're leaving the ride, and it's right around the hearse, that they've had it, and pretty much every time I've gone on the ride, they've had a PhotoPass there. But it's not really, I know what you're saying, you want the whole
mansion
building, yeah. So, you can't really get that. It's more of a close-up thing.
Yeah. Like they do with the Beast Castle, on the bridge there in New Fantasyland with the Beast Castle in the background. That's kind of what I'm thinking I would like to have. But maybe it wouldn't work. I don't know.
It'll work. It's our dream list.
They can make it all work.
Yeah, there's also a great photo spot that I found on one of my trips by the mine train, and it's actually right by the mine train entrance, and you can see a view of the little dwarf's cottage through the woods. It's super cute. Yeah.
Because if we're going with this is our dream list, I would love to have one in there where the cottage is, but that would be impossible because when you're coming off the ride, even when you try to stop and take a picture, and then you have to wait till everybody leaves, and okay, I could quickly snap it, and so that would be impossible to have PhotoPass there. But if you had the park to yourself for the day,
we're doing our dream list. Park for the park to myself. It would be all those castle shots with nobody in them.
Yep.
And you can even have on the side of the ride where 2 years ago for the Halloween party, they had the witch, the hag, meet over on the side. So that would be during the day where you have it and you could see the vehicles coming out. It would be, I think, a kind of a cool shot because that's not really congested on that area that I'm thinking of.
Yes, and I did get a shot there with a PhotoPass photographer when the ride first opened.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, but I haven't seen him there. It wasn't a thing, I don't think. Or it's not a thing. It was just a fluke.
I feel 90% of PhotoPass photographers are a fluke. When we get cool shots, it's they accidentally stumbled upon that spot or something.
Yeah, I remember when we were there right when New Fantasyland opened, so that would have been 2012, I think, is when that opened. There were roaming photographers, kind of like the inspired photographers, and I happened into a couple, and I thanked them for taking candid shots of my daughter and I. And they said, yeah, we're trying to do more of that. But it seemed like it didn't ever really catch on there as much as it has now at Disneyland with the inspired photographers.
I know that they tried. Yeah, they tried doing like roaming characters and stuff there, and it did not hold. So, meanwhile at Disneyland, you have that, like they have Gaston doing that roaming kind of stuff now, and he's fine.
Yeah.
that doesn't work at Disneyland World.
It's interesting how different it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
What works in one place and doesn't another. So
it's crazy.
Would you have any others that you want to make sure we talk about on your list?
Yeah, it's not really that, different, but like they were talking about the castle. And so there's always pictures in front and on the sides, but I was thinking in the back, and I've seen PhotoPass back there sometimes, but I was thinking more over to the side, like there's steps, there's like a stairway kind of thing. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I do. And
so I think that would be the really pretty area, and it's not as congested. And then they could just turn around and get a picture with the Cinderella's fountains right there.
Yes.
So I thought that would be a cute area, and you sometimes have character meeting like on that wall, so it's not that it would be in the way of anything.
Right.
And then for the out of the box thing, I would think
let's hear it. That was a really good idea, though, Heather. I love that one a lot.
Yeah, and because I always see them kind of behind the castle, and you always have like constantly people walking. Yes. It's not really that great, but then I was thinking, especially like at night when there's not as many people there, it would be more possible to do it. But like the mosaics inside the castle. And so, the castle's closed off so often because you have the shows.
Yeah.
So it probably something you couldn't do during the day, but then like at night when you especially later, I don't know, even if you had somebody who's like a roaming one around the castle and then could do it. Something like that.
Yeah, I like that one too. I love the mosaics in there. And also, I guess if we're going to do that, we need to do the mosaic inside Beast Castle. The Beauty and the Beast mosaic too.
Yeah, it'd be great if they had PhotoPass just like all over. I mean, I know they have the PhotoPass on that bridge there.
Yes.
But then once you go like on the, where you have like the gargoyles.
Yeah, there's no one there.
Because like you're not even allowed to be on there.
Right.
At least before dinner, so around there or like closer to the, I think that would be nice.
I totally agree with that one. Yeah. Because it's hard I felt bad for stopping there to take photos near the gargoyles and stuff, just because they're going to yell at me. And they do, they're like, you can only be here if you have a reservation. I'm like, we have a reservation. They just called our name. I'm going to hurry and take a photo. Okay. Thank you.
I swear.
Yeah, it's hard. So, and maybe that's why they don't want to have a photographer there. But I would love to have photos at the main entrance because it's a beautiful, beautiful main entrance of a restaurant. So there you have it. Is that all, Heather?
Yeah, basically.
I have one Disney World one.
Okay, let's hear it. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. That's okay. I had told Heather about it earlier, so I wasn't sure she was going to use it or not.
Okay.
To have a photographer in front of the Great Movie Ride taking pictures of you putting your handprints in the cement.
Cute. Yes.
I think that would be fun.
That would be a lot of fun. And that's a really ornate entrance, too. They used to do photos there quite a bit. I wonder if maybe now they will because the hat's gone. Or if they are. Heather, are they?
No, I mean, just the same places pretty much that they were before.
I really like the idea of the hand. We have given Disney World lots of ideas for creative photo places. Someone send them the show, okay? Let them know that this is our wish list.
Since you're at Hollywood Studios, I thought of another. The outside Star Tours, it also would be another. It'd be hard because they constantly have the Jedi training show going on. But like with the AT-AT behind you, I think that would be a really cool shot.
Yeah, that would be. That queue is really nice. I like the whole outside of that ride.
Yeah, and there's once in a while with the Speed Racer There, once in a while, there's a PhotoPass photographer there, but I think in all of my years of going to Disney World, I've only seen the PhotoPass photographer there once.
I've seen them several times.
Well, you've been more than me.
Yeah, I have. I've been there enough. I was thinking too, like, since they don't have Star Wars Weekend anymore, unfortunately, if you had someone kind of that roaming that whole area, then you could get the Darth Vader or Stormtrooper magic shots that they used to have during the Star Wars Weekend. So, like, against the wall of the shop,
that's a great idea. That's a really great idea. Yeah, there's lots of fun places in Hollywood Studios, too, down where they have all those old cars. I've always wanted to do, I thought it would be fun to do little photo shoots with those cars down on your way to Tower of Terror. There's lots of fun stuff. In the entrance of Rock and Roller Coaster with the ride, you know, how it goes upside down and...
Yeah. We got a PhotoPass there, didn't we, when we went a long time ago?
Yeah, I think there's usually one over, like, closer to the ride.
Yeah,
I don't really go over there.
With the guitar in the background, there's a lot of times a PhotoPass photographer there. Yes, I agree.
The Rock and Roller Coaster Tower of Terror section of the park isn't my thing.
Yeah, it's not Heather. Heather doesn't frequent that area.
Really?
I don't do those rides. I did Tower of Terror once with Tanya.
That's fine.
I'll do it again when it's redone.
I had no idea. Yeah. And I mean, all I remember is when we were at Disneyland, the three of us, you were going to go on Space Mountain, and I can't do Space Mountain, so I guess I just assumed that you do all of those rides.
Oh, no. No.
Space Mountain, the first time I went on Space Mountain at Disney World, like, I had to be almost, like, physically pushed onto the ride. Really? I was kind of shamed by a kid on... I was in Pirates. Yeah, this is a funny story. It has nothing to do with PhotoPass. But I was on Pirates, and there was a kid in front of me, and was like so scared for the thing. We're like, it's fine, you know. And my friend was like, yeah, she doesn't even do Space Mountain, and she does this ride. And he's like, what? You don't do like this little kid? Somehow I got talked into then, okay, I'll go and do it. And so I did it. So I do Space Mountain now.
You do Space Mountain, but you don't do Rock and Roller. See, I do Rock and Roller Coaster and
that
Tower
one goes
of Terror.
upside down. I'm not doing that.
I can't even get her on California Screamin'.
Oh.
That's up the
yeah. I do have to take Dramamine or Bonine or something. But yeah. I love Rock and Roller Coaster, so I'm willing to drug up so that I can survive
I actually think she would like that one because you can't see anything. And it's not like loop-de-loops like the corkscrews that you get. You really don't even feel them for the most part.
Oh, I love it.
At least I don't
it's
think.
Such
at least
a
I don't
great ride. I don't think you do either. I mean, your tummy does a little flip-flop, but
it's not
a good thing. Alrighty, let's remind our listeners where they can find you, Heather.
My character site is I Love Characters, and it's heatherw.com/character. And the Facebook page for it is I Love Characters. And on Twitter and Instagram and anywhere else that I can think of, it's heatherw25.
And Tanya?
You can find me on all social media at TanyaH666, and my website is everymagicmoment.com.
Thank you so much. Thank you for being here. And I want to also remind our listeners that if you love the show, please leave us a review in iTunes. Sharing that love, that would be so great. It helps us improve our rankings and help us get seen more, improves our visibility in iTunes. So we would really appreciate that. You can also come and participate in the discussion on the show posts at capturingmagic.me. Thank you so much for being here with us. We appreciate you spending some time with us while we all navigate Disney. It's the best thing ever. So thank you for joining us. And we'll see you next time on Capturing Magic.